Hello guys, this is Accurate Pips, and today we are going to be learning about how to use the Ichimoku indicator to trade boom and crash. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how you use the Ichimoku indicator to buy, crash, and also to sell the boom assets. Okay, so before we get into today's lesson, if you have not watched some of my previous strategies that I made on scalping and trading boom and crash, then do well to go to our channel, Accurate Pips, okay? And then these are the strategies over here. So the videos are here. We have a lot of them over here. You cannot come and watch them and also use them to what? To improve your trading. We have how to determine the trend. That is, you should learn how to what? To determine trend, because knowing the trend is very important. And then you can also learn some of the indicator strategies we have on the channel for you. Okay, so that is that. Today we are going to look at the Ichimoku. But if this is your first time here on Accurate Tips, do well to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon. Also, like this video and share it with your friends. If you are not part of our Telegram page, do well to click on the link in the description of this video and join the Telegram page, where you can have access to chat with me one-on-one and also get other details or information on the page. Now, let's get right back into the strategy. So what is going to happen is that I'm going to what? To show you how you be able to use your phone with this strategy and also use your PC to set up the indicators and trade with either your phone or your PC in this very video. So let's start with the phone setup. Then I'll come down to the PC setup. After that, I'll show you the things you need to look out for before making a trade using the Ichimoku King Kong Hayo indicator strategy. Let's start with boom 1000. So we open chart. So as you can see, you can see that I've set the whole listing on my phone already, because I was using it to scalp. That was yesterday. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how you'll be able to. I'm going to show you the settings for the indicator. Okay, so first let's go through that process. To do that, you click on the F symbol. Okay, this thing that looked like an F at the top over here, you click on it. Now we are going to only need the Ichimoku crowd. Okay, the that is the up Kumo and then the down Kumo. You will not be needing the Tankin Sin, the Kunjin Sin, and then the Chuku span. You will not be needing them. All we need here is our up Kumo and our down Kumo. That is all we need. And that is all we are going to be using. Now, when it comes to the parameters, just leave them like that. Now, if where they say field, if yours is unchecked, just tap on it to have it checked. All right. Once you are done with that, when it comes to the styles, okay, if your background, okay, let me put this back on. Okay, so if yours is still having the default colors, by all means, when you open it for the first time, to be having the default colors. Now, my background is white, so I changed the color for the tanking sin to white to fit my background, because I'm not going to use that one. We are not going to use that one. Okay, we are not going to use that one. Then for the King Jun Sin, also you change it to your background color. So if your background is black, you change your color to black. Then with the Chiku span too, you change it to white. Then for the app Kumo, I'm using green because green is kind of depicting bullish. So I'm using green, but not a deep green color, so that it will not conflict with my candles. Then for the down Kumo, I'm using the orange to represent the sell trend. Okay, so these are the settings. You can pause the video and do the settings. Once you are done, you click on done at the top there, click on done. Then you click on the backspace to take you back to the chart, and you should have this same appearance on your chart. Okay, so this boom 1000 we are using for this example here. Now let's go to the PC and see how we will do the settings if we are using the PC also. All right, so with the PC, if you are using PC, this is what you are going to do. You come to insert, then you go to indicators. If because I have been using it, that's why it is showing here. But if it is your first time, you come to trend, okay, because it's a trend indicator. Then you go to what? Go to Ichimoku King Kong high. You click on it. Then let me put it to default. By default, these are the colors you have, okay. But as I said, we are going to use only the up Kumo and the down Kumo. So we are going to change this. So with PC people, you don't need to change to your background color. You just click on none. That means you don't need any color. Click on none. Okay. Then with the up Kumo, you choose something that will not conflict. So orange, red is not bad. It's okay. Then you can use forest green, okay, to represent the the up Kumo will use the forest green, okay, because upward. Then use the orange red for the down Kumo to match the bearish color. Okay, once you are done, change this to solid and also to solid, and change this to the last one, to the last tick. Then click on OK so that it can appear this way. Beautiful, beautiful. So now that we know how to set our indicator, we are going to, I'm a bit fast because I don't want this video to be pretty long. But before I continue, if you are new to synthetic trade, then do well to click on the link to Deriv Broker in the description of this video and sign up with them. Then you'll be able to have access to this crash and boom assets to trade with. So if you are new to them, there's a link in the description of the video. Click on it. It will take you to the home page. Sign up with them. Make your verification, deposit, and start trading with the strategy. First, practice this on demo before taking trades on your live account. Thank you. Let's continue. So now, if you want to take trades, you need first to determine your trend. Okay, you have to understand where the market is going. Is the market going up or is the market going down? As I said, this indicator is a trend indicator. Is what? It's a trend indicator. So it tells you where the trend is currently heading. So on the PC here, on the phone, we're looking at boom 1000. On the PC here is crash 1000. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I told you that we will be using this to what? To buy crash, and we'll be using this strategy to what? To sell boom. Okay. All right. So now to buy crash, whatever I'm doing here is the same thing that applies on the phone. Okay, the same thing that will apply on the phone. All the rules I'm giving here using the PC applies also when you are using the phone. Okay, now to buy crash, okay, to buy crash, one, the market must be trending on H4. The market must be trending on H4. So as you can see, to know that the market is trending on H4, first of all, market should go above the Ichimoku crowd. Okay, now after going above it, then the crowd should also change from the orange, red, or whichever color you are using to depict it, to green color. Okay, which means that we are in the bullish phase now. Now we are not just going to start buying once market is above. Okay, now that we've seen, so market is above, the crowd have changed to what? To green. So this is where the crowds change to green. So we'll mark that area. Then now we are going to go down to the lower time frame of 15 minutes where we'll be making our entry. So we go to 15 minutes. Okay. Now I make entries with 15 minutes because it gives me low risk. All right. So we scroll back to where we mark. Good. Now, during that period, as we see, we said price should go above and the crowd should change. So on H4, we know price is above, but we need to be sure that 15 minutes is also in alignment with H4. But during this period, or you can see that market is changing color here and there. So it's not consistent, which means it's not in alignment with what? With H4 until we get somewhere here, right? Until we get somewhere here. So now what happens? You realize that once we get here, market now begin to what? To show consistency with what? With the upward movement. So you can zoom out to see more details if you want. Okay, if you feel like you are not seeing the details well, you can zoom out to see more detail. Now, as you can see here now, you can see that we begin to see more dominance from the bulls from this area. Okay, and then going up. Now, what we want is, as I said, we want to what? To only buy crash and sell boom. Good. Now that we know the trend on H4 is bullish, and when we come down to our 15 minutes, we have now attained our bullish trend starting from this point. You not just start, excuse me, you not just start saying because we got the bullish this thing here, you just start entering the trade. No, that is not what we are going to do. So after you have been able to see that there is a change here, okay, then you are going to apply a little bit of price action here. We are going to apply a little bit of what? Price action in addition to what? To our Ichimoku chart, okay, or Ichimoku indicator. What are we going to do? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see what I'm going to work with. So now, if you don't understand how to mark support, because we are going to use support and resistance to in conjunction or as a confluence with the Ichimoku crowd, okay, to make entry. So now, this area here that you see price went up, came a little bit down before going up. After price wipe this place, you mark the week session here, all right, as your resistance that has turned to what? To support now. Now, after marking this, as market went up, once market retests this session, you will take a buy. Okay, so that is what I do. That's why I said this is a scalping strategy. Now, once I take a buy from this session, what I normally do is I put my stop loss a little bit below the point where we had the low before that area was broken. Okay, I put my my SL here. Now listen to this in terms of how you take your profit. Listen, this is scalping. This strategy is for what? It's for scalping. So you have to understand the word scalping. Scalping means that you go in with the little profit you get, you move out. The reason why normally the spikes don't respect SL, but the reason why we put it there is that once, let's say this guy spikes here, okay, let's say it spikes, but the spike is so long that it bypasses the SL area here. Let's say if it comes and ends here, it will push your SL to this point and close the trade. But if you don't use SL, it means that even if it spike here, you'll be like, oh, it will come, it will come, it will come. Then it continues spiking. So if market doesn't go back up, it means you are going to lose more. So to minimize that risk, that loss, we try to put SL so that it pushes it to wherever it ends that spike and we are out. then all we need to do is to look for the next level of what support or resistance. Now remember, if let's say it spikes and takes us here out here, we are still in above this crowd. Okay, so the next thing you do is, if you watch, this is the movement up, then we have this pullback, then we have this break. So you mark this area again of resistance, then support. So if let's say price decided to even break down into this area, that means you pick your entry from here and you put your SL below this portion. Now with your take profit, okay, you have to determine, should I say, your grade level. Okay, so if maybe let's say $5 you want to see on a position and move out, once you see your $5 you move out, depending on your account size. Okay, if it is $10 you want to see and move out, once you see it you move out. But as long as we are in the bullish trend, we are always looking for hot buying opportunities on crash. Okay, this method I only use it for scalping, quick scalps. Okay, all we are going to do is that we are going to be looking for all these kind of opportunity. That's why I say you use a little bit of price action. So you are not just going to say it's above, so you just start entering. No. So here also we can see price move up. This area becomes our uh flip zone. Okay, that is resistance 10 support. You go into the trade, you put your SL below. Okay, the reason why we put SLs below these kind of places, you get to understand once I start to release the full price action and smart money concept videos on the channel. Once I begin to release the lessons, you begin to understand certain things as to why we have to put SL in certain places. Okay, so you see that at every point, okay, at every point, once you go, so this will give you profit, you close, you take another entry, profit, you close, you take another entry, profit, you close. Okay, now once you do this, okay, all you need to do is, you can be taking this and putting your small SLs. You can get more opportunities, but once you see that the crowd has changed color from green to red, though we are still in an uptrend, and it has crossed over on the 15-minute, all you need to do is to quickly go to H4 and see, has H4 also broken or changes from bullish to what? To bearish. If the answer is no, then all you need to do is to what? Is to wait for what? 15 minutes. Let's go back. I'm looking for the, okay, it's rather here. All right, so all you need to do now is to what? Is to wait for 15 minutes to begin to align again. So here, for instance, as let's say, if we were to, let's say, take trades here, we will win this. We make entry here, we will win this. But if we make entry here, we would have lost this. Okay, we would have what? Lost this. So all you do is, once you lose that, you wait until it has realigned. So now it has come back, the crowds have changed, but you have to what? You have to be patient with the market. So maybe you would have placed once this form, I know you would have make here as resistance, but price went in, didn't break out. Okay, it only swipe liquidity, which I'll talk about in the smart money concept video. Okay, swipe liquidity and came down. So there is nothing like entry for us, because we are looking for price to break above, to create a new high and pull back into that zone before we buy it. All right, so here you wouldn't have made any entry. Okay, where you would have made entry is because of maybe here, for those of you who like to still trade the support from below. But I always look at the break and then the retest, the break and the retest, the break and the retest. Okay, so now this is where, let's extend this guy now. So price has been going up and down on him until we got to, all right, until we got to this place where price broke it properly, retested here. So if you take your entry here, you would have placed your SL just below this guy here, this last low here. So we can see price came in first, went up, which means if you are satisfied with your profit, you can, this is 15 minutes, so that's about almost 15 minutes. If you are okay with the profit, you move out. If not, it retested again and went up, you can now move out. All right, now in doing so, you can now get another area of resistance here, which we are waiting for it to be taken out. Now this created, it means you go for this and wait patiently. Remember, we are in an uptrend, so we are only looking to buy the breakout, and then we buy on the retest. After breaking out, we buy on the on the retest. So here you can see price came down here, then back into this, and then until it broke this guy, retested it, we don't take buy. So once it retests here, we take our buy, we put our SL, below this guy here. Okay, that's why I like to enter on 15 minutes so that I reduce the risk. Okay, but if your account is big, you can even do it on the higher time frame, but this one is scalping. Higher time frame, mostly you are holding for some time. All right, so now you see that price retested, you take your buy, and you can see it going. So now we are fully in alignment, we can continue. So this place we wouldn't have gotten any opportunity because it didn't retest this properly. Based on this strategy, I'm only teaching you to use the Ichimoku to trade retest on boom and crash. So if it was to retest properly, we would have We would have making an entry. Okay, so here we will make entry. All right. Okay, with this one we will make our entry. Okay, and our SL, as you know, this is the low that took that out. So either I use this or use this. But with someone like me, I always go for the nearest one. Okay, so if you see here, this is the nearest one that took out. That is why we use that. And you can see you come into loss a little, then into profit, and you can continue like that. So that is how you buy on on crash. So let's see boom. Let's use any of the boom pairs. Boom 1000. All right. So here we are going to first go to H4. Good. So as you can see, with boom 1000, for instance, we don't have a selling opportunity because on H4, the the trend is down, all right, in general, but currently it has broken above, and the crowd have changed from orange to green. Okay, so which means that we have currently we are changing direction on the higher time frame. Okay, there are other things you can use to confirm this change of direction when it comes to smart money and price action, but because I'm dealing with the indicator and then the breakout strategy in trading with the indicator, that is why I'm not talking much about all those steps. All right, so now all we are going to do here is this guy doesn't meet our requirement. We are only looking to sell on boom 1000 on the boom pairs, and what it is giving us now is like we are going to be buying, which is not what we are looking for. So we ignore this guy, even if, let's say, for instance, let's see 15 minutes. Let's see what 15 minutes is doing. Okay, so even though 15 minutes is selling, you can see it has also changed color here a little, which shows that it is trying to align with what with the higher time frame. Excuse me, with the higher time frame, which is not what we are looking for. So you now just go and pick another pair. Okay, this boom 500 also on H4 is bullish, which is not what we are looking for. So I'll just ignore it and look for boom 300. And let's see. So boom 300 also, okay, so with boom 300, I think boom 300 is still showing some bearish this thing and retesting the Ichimoku crowd currently. So let's go down to 15 minutes and see if 15 minutes is also saying the same thing. But here now, 15 minutes is not saying the same thing. 15 minutes is giving us a bullish vibe, which means that we will have to wait for 15 minutes to also realign with H4, and then we'll start selling. So it's the same thing. Let's say right now, if it was to, so let's say this area, okay, was in alignment with the higher time frame bearish movement, you will see that anytime there is a break, okay. So as you can see, we broke the low here, we mark that area down, wait for price to what, to move through it. So price broke through it here and then pushes back close to it. So there is something we call gap retest. So this kind of a gap retest. So from here you can make your entry, okay, and then you put your stop loss. You put your stop loss somewhere here, because that is the last low that took out this low, okay. This SL is a little bit big, but as it stands now, based on this strategy, that is where you have to put your SL. And then you can see that price moved down, and you can make another zone here, and you can see price retest. So even if you didn't enter here, you can enter from this area, price retest, and your SL for this one will now be what, will be above here, okay, above this guy. Then we still have another area here, okay. So here you make your entry, price push back into the zone and even through the zone. But because of this, if you make your entry here, your SL is going to be what? It's going to be above this guy. So still you'll be in the trade and price still went down. If we come here, you can see again, price came back. Your SL will now be what? Will be here. But what I can tell you is, mostly if you get the alignment right, okay, the sorry guys, the SL levels are mostly not that huge if you get the alignment right, okay. So this, you can see it still push you into some loss, but then spikes into profit. You take your profit, and once you see price cross above the Ichimoku, you have to wait again until there is an alignment. Guys, this is where I'll end today's lesson or tutorial on this particular strategy. If you have any question, you can leave it in the question section, or you can message me on Telegram or on WhatsApp. Okay, I'll leave my Telegram link, both the group link and the personal link, in the description of this video. Do well to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon. Until the next lesson, see you guys on the Telegram and the WhatsApp page.